Eating disorders, very serious issue for many teenagers, in particular teen girls, and of course for their concerned parents. Aubreys Song Foundation has resources for those who face these issues. Dr. Kendra Gray is a psychologist and the board chair for the foundation. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let us kind of update us on the story of the foundation.
Sure. So Aubrey's Song was founded in 2005, unfortunately following the death of Aubrey Michelle Clark, who lost her life as she was battling an eating disorder for several years. And so part of what inspired the formation of Aubrey's Song was really not only to bring awareness, of the severity of eating disorders to the area, but also to provide some resources and support. Most importantly, in terms of education, not only for the community, but also for people who are essentially frontline workers, people who may encounter these adolescents, young adults who are struggling with an eating disorder, in terms of education and how to properly treat those who are struggling.
And since you've been working in this field and with this particular subject, what are the real challenges, and what do parents need to look for if they're having concerns about this for their kids?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges, and I guess the first thing that comes to mind, is that we often, sort of assume that for one reason or another, I think this is partly how the media has portrayed eating disorders, this sort of sensationalized kind of image of, someone with an eating disorder often looks very gaunt or malnourished. And the reality is, for the vast majority of people who may struggle with an eating disorder, you can't tell. You can't tell by looking at someone. So you often have to know the specific signs, and to know what questions to ask. So I think that's probably the biggest challenge. And the other thing is, again, one of the things I found is often loved ones, including family members, spouses, and other folks involved in their lives, often don't know how to start the process of getting them help. They don't know kind of where to begin. So part of what my job has been is again, not only advocating for the patient I'm treating, but also connecting loved ones and caregivers to support and resources.
Well, let's talk a bit about the treatment. Are you hopeful that it can be treated successfully and maintain that successful path?
I mean, absolutely. I believe that full recovery from an eating disorder is possible. Really key is early intervention. So the earlier that we're able to connect someone to support and resources, usually the better off their chances for recovery are.
And you have a Zoom talk coming up next Tuesday, I believe.
That's right. February 23rd, which is a Tuesday, from 6 to 7:30 p.m. We'll have just a free informational session. It's also meant to be supportive for those who are either currently in treatment or who have loved ones currently in treatment. Basically, just to kind of know signs and symptoms, and even something as basic as approaching someone you may suspect is struggling with an eating disorder. And that is, again, something that we're really excited to have, upcoming. That's sort of part of the goal of Aubrey's Song, is to provide those resources.
And are you on both the web and on Facebook?
Yes, that is actually a Zoom link that you can get on aubreysong.org. That's our website, and that will take you right to it.
Dr. Kendra Gray, thank you so much for the work you do, and thank you for sharing with our audience.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Anytime. Lifestyles will continue after this message. Stay with us.